Lines are rocking, don't come a knocking. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday morning, November 10th, 2022, 6:45 in the morning, just at the crack of daylight. I got a little late start this morning. I forgot to start my clothes in the dryer last night, so they were still wet this morning when I woke up. But good thing is there's deer moving this morning. I've seen deer moving already. Bad news is there's somebody down here parked on the side of the road, but they're near the fee fishing area. I've seen one person fishing already. I don't know if that second car was fishing or not, but if they're hunting, then they're on the side of the creek that I'm going to be hunting on, but they're probably 200, 300, 400 yards down. I hadn't seen any other cars parked around here. I'm on Virginia State Forest property this morning. I'm going to go muzzleloader hunting this morning. I'm going to try to get me a big monster buck. That's the only thing I'm after. If it's not at least a humongous 8-pointer or 10 or bigger, I'm not going to shoot it. Hopefully I can get y'all some really good footage. I got to go down here and cross this creek. And there's a section of property across the creek on the other side that my dad used to take me on. And there's deer trails cut through there back in the day, like it was going out of style, man. Tons of deer. It's a rut. It's right in the middle of the rut. I know they're moving. I seen a doe moving this morning. I almost hit a deer on the way here. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna try to get y'all some good footage, if nothing else. But my main goal today is to kill a monster buck. I gotta get out here and get my clothes on and get started across here. Y'all wish me luck. Alright guys, I was trying to get across this creek and try to find a spot where it was like 6 to 8 inches deep all the way across. But this is a pretty substantial little creek. It's more like a river. And but it's called Crooked Creek. But it's about 2 foot deep anywhere you look across there. So I had to look for a place. I was trying to find a spot that I could get across without getting my feet wet. But as you'll see here in just a minute, that was to no avail. I have to go down here to the rapids. It's a little deep right here, guys. I'm gonna go down. I already got water in my boot. That's no good. Let's see, I can get up here somewhere. That water's cold, guys. Don't know where I'm gonna get up at. I'll figure it out. Alright guys, I got a boot that's leaking. Might have to get me some new wader boots. It's a fresh scrape. Semi-fresh. I'm walking into a big pine thicket. I'm gonna cut this camera off, save battery. If I see something interesting, I'll try to get my camera turned back on. It's fresh. Spot in a thicket. I can see a little better than the camera view can see. And right there is a fresh scrape that's been hit a lot lately. Right there where my finger's pointing. So I think I'm gonna hit a calling sequence right here. Blind calling. And see if I can get a buck to come in. about 60 yards away. But he wasn't big enough. I want a bigger one. I'm gonna sit here a little longer. It's a good spot. Guys, I was right in the middle of a thicket and I moved a little bit up the hill, and here come 3 does down the hill, and I got them on camera a little bit. It's so thick you can't hardly see them. But I did get 3 more does on camera and within range to shoot, but they were behind some brush. And then one of them winded me and blew one time, and they ran off. I swear to God, y'all, I come to public land so I don't hear chainsaws, and there's some fool cutting shit with a chainsaw. Listen. Can't get away from dumbasses. I spent the rest of my hunt after the chainsaw incident just kind of walking this ridge and seeing what kind of sign I could see, and found out all the sign was down next to the creek mostly. And but I did see a couple more thickets and things that looked interesting and some deer tracks, but I didn't see any more horning or scrapes up on the ridge. Most of the scrapes and horning was down next to the creek. But overall it was a really good hunt Thursday morning, and I had a good time just being there in the woods. All right, guys. I saw a bunch of deer this morning when I first got in the woods. I was right in the middle of a deer bedding area. I saw a doe come down, and a buck was chasing her. It was right after I hit my rattling antlers, but I don't think that's what brought him. I think he was already in there. He was a good buck. Normally I would have shot him, but I'm waiting on something that's big. I want a monster, and there's some big deer in here. Then shortly after that encounter, about maybe 45 minutes after that encounter, I had a few does come within about 40 yards of me. So I think one of them winded me and ran off, and she blew once, but she didn't make a whole bunch of racket. So I decided to come on up on top on this bench I'm on right here. You can see behind me. It's a beautiful open woods, hardwood spot. I'm up on top of a ridge, trying to keep my scent from being on either side. Just right on top in the morning, got my morning thermals going up. This ridge goes out through here, and then it goes up to the top of a knob. So I think I'm gonna eat me a Pop-Tart, sit here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk on out that way toward that knob. I've been blind calling a little bit here and there, but I'm not trying to make a bunch of noise. It seems like that buck this morning was chasing that doe, but them other does didn't have a buck behind her, so all the does ain't come into heat yet, but some of them have. So any second I could see a doe come running through here with a buck chasing her. A big one, it could be anything. So I had to keep my guard up. Guys, I think it's worth it to buy my hunting license just to be able to go and explore this state property It's really awesome. There's some big old forest up there that's been there for years. We hadn't had any storms to knock the trees down. There's some really nice trees and just a really nice place to walk through and check out everything that's going on and see all the wildlife. It's worth it buying your license just to be able to go and see it. If you can tell, but that's a huge tree. God dang. Alright guys, my boots are full of water. Made it back across the creek and I'm walking up the road to my car. It was a pretty good hunt overall. I was able to see a buck. And I had a bead on it. If I had wanted it, I could have took it. It's hard to let them bucks go. The older I get and the more interactions I have with deer, the less I want to kill small bucks. But when you walk across a creek and wade and get your feet wet and you call up an 8-pointer, it's hard not to squeeze that trigger. But I've only got one buck tag left this year. So that's how it goes. If I want a bigger buck, I gotta let it walk. I guess I should have thought about that before I killed that 6-pointer. But that's how it goes. Whenever there's a doe day, I could have blasted 2 does a day, 2 or 3 different does I could have shot at today. So the next time it's a doe day, I can probably get me a doe in here pretty easy. Every day's a doe day on private land, but public land, they got certain days you can kill does. So I ain't sure that it'd be worth killing a doe and having to drag her back across that creek. I'm not sure about that. But I still got the rest of muzzleloader season, all of rifle season, and late muzzleloader opens back up all the way through January. It's not even December yet. So I'm gonna wait. I found some good sign. There's some good scrapes around here, right down next to the creek. I went up on the ridge and I didn't find no sign, no scrapes, very little buck poop. But down next to this creek, there's scrapes and sign everywhere. So next time I come in here, I'll know what to do. But that's it for this hunt. My wife's wanting to go in the blind this evening and try to get her a little buck or big buck, whichever one. So I'm gonna go home, get ready. I'm gonna take my wife down and get her in the blind, and I'll get back to y'all when I get there. All right guys, me and my wife are in this blind this evening, waiting on a deer. It's getting a little windy. There's a storm blowing in. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow.
It's hurricane.
The hurricane's not here yet. It's in Florida. It's just wind off of the system. She thinks there's a hurricane here. But anyway, this is the blind I shot my double out of the other day. We're sitting in here. I had to make a shooting stick for her because the muzzleloader's too heavy.
I said not to put that on YouTube.
It's okay. It's a shooting stick. People use shooting sticks all the time. But if a deer comes, I'm going to move his seat out of the way. And you get on your knees and put that gun through that shooting stick so way you can aim it the right direction.
Get on your knees.
Okay? Alright guys, we're going to see what happens. Guys, it's 12 minutes after 3. We've been sitting here for about 30 minutes or so. So far, we haven't saw anything, but what are you grinning about? So far, we haven't saw anything, but hopefully the wind will calm down right about dark. I'm gonna hit my gun goal one time.
What the heck is that? It's a deer. It's a deer. It's a deer.
Get ready, get ready.
They're on the hill. They're on the
Get
hill.
ready, get ready. Get ready.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Uh-uh.
I see it. I see it still. In front of it ran. It hasn't gotten that view yet. Rear view towards the deer. I swear. I don't know where it's going.
Get ready, get ready.
I'm not going to shoot it like
Get ready, get ready.
it was a doe. I'm pretty sure it has the horns, but
Why'd it run?
I don't know.
Something chasing it.
Probably a buck.
Get ready, I'm gonna hit my gun goal.
I didn't see a deer where I was in my tail. I seen it running. Pretty sure it was a doe. I don't know where it went.
If she was running,
Yes.
then it was a bug chasing her.
Yeah. She was running. I just seen it.
Can you shoot it from that far away?
No, I couldn't.
Why?
I just don't think it could. There's too many trees.
Okay. Stay ready, because it could come out down here
I know.
lower.
I know. Shh. I still couldn't see if I see anything moving.
Hey, it's right there, it's right there.
Where?
There comes another one.
They're running. See, they're running. Watch out, watch out. Oh, God, oh, God. Look, see. Holy shit. Oh, look, see, look.
There's something chasing them. There may be a bug come running down through here. I know, well, you gotta damn be ready.
I'm not looking at it. You're gonna have to, like, run to make it stop or some shit.
There's a bug chasing them, I'm telling you. It could be a big one.
I know.
Just stay ready.
You got that water stick with that.
Just stay ready.
I'm shaking already. Maybe my heart's beating fast.
I got it on camera.
I might not be able to shoot it.
You're gonna have to.
I'm shaking.
Just stay ready. Breathe.
I hear something.
There's a bug coming, I'm telling you, get ready.
Oh, God. You have to make it stop because I can't hear nothing running. knees in the way.
Wait till you get a clear shot.
Can I get on my knees?
Yeah. Just don't bring that noise. Hurry up.
Where's it at? I lost it again. He's not good. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
He's going back up the hill. Can you see him?
Goodness, straight in the way. I couldn't see.
Yeah, he went back. He went up the hill.
Damn, he has a four-pointer.
Just hold on.
Let me in.
Just stay still. You see what I'm talking about? It's hard
I'm
sometimes.
shaking. That's a bug. He was chasing her.
I was worried he was gonna blow my eardrum out. Well, you got it inside the thing. I always put the barrel out.
Where'd he go? Hey, your bleep call. Hit the bleep call. He's horny.
Is he going in a tree?
I don't know.
I think he heard us. I don't think he's gonna come back, but there might be another one.
See, listen, he's moving again. He's moving.
It's a squirrel.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Just hold still. Just hold still. He was right in front of you. If you could have caught on.
There was a tree. He was behind a big tree.
Sometimes it happens like that.
I mean, I could have shot him in the back. His
No.
back. I mean, that's where that's all I seen.
No, you gotta be
And
able
I
to.
seen it. I seen his head and his back.
Don't ladder. You gotta be able to see the kill zone.
I know. And it was behind a tree.
All right, guys. Me and my wife was in the blind there this evening, and she made too much racket when she was holding on this buck, and there was a tree in front of its kill zone. She couldn't pull the trigger on it, and she got uncomfortable, and she had to learn a hard lesson about making too much noise and shaking the blind. Because as soon as she did, that deer took off back up the hill. So we didn't end up getting a buck in the blind, but we did end up seeing that one doe that ran past, and another doe up on the hill, and a little four-pointer that came out and was standing broadside, but its kill zone was in front of some trees. The camera couldn't see it, but my wife could see it with her scope. She could see its head and its hindquarters, but she couldn't see its kill zone. She had to learn a hard lesson about deer hunting during this little hunt we had this Thursday evening because of that. But it was a good hunt overall, and I really appreciate y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a nice day.